Hi, and welcome back to Science with Miss Wardell. We've been talking a lot about our new unit, our solar system in science and in reading. So we're going to talk today on page 352 and 353 about the planets near and far. It says the solar system's planets are divided into two groups. How are the planets in each group different? So now, how are they different? We've talked about them being these inner planets closer to the sun and outer planets furthest from the sun. But let's see if we can read a little bit more. As we read these pages, underline phrases or sentences that compare inner and outer planets. The inner planets are the smallest and warmest planets in our solar system. They have hard surfaces made of rock, and the inner planets revolve around the sun more quickly than the outer planets. So the inner planets revolve around the sun more quickly than the outer planets. So that's comparing their relative motion and their orbit compared to each the inner and the outer planets. The outer planets are giant gas balls of cold gases. These planets are larger and do not have a hard surface like the inner planets. Again, here's an example of comparing the two. So their surfaces. They rotate quickly, which makes for a short day. The inner planets revolve around the sun more quickly than the outer planets. The inner planets are the only planets where probes from Earth have landed. With the outer planets, it takes the outer planets a long time to revolve once around the sun. Unlike the inner planets, the outer planets have rings. Beyond Neptune, past the outer planets, the dwarf planet Pluto revolves around the sun in an off-centered and slanted orbit. Here it talks about do the math at the bottom. It says Mercury is the closest inner planet to the sun, and Jupiter is the closest outer planet to the sun. If Mercury has 58 million kilometers if Mercury is 58 million kilometers from the sun and Jupiter is 778 million kilometers from the sun, how much further from the sun is Jupiter than Mercury? So, if I subtract 778 minus 58, let's see, 8 minus 8 is 0, 7 minus 5 would be 2, bring down my 7. Wow, that means that Jupiter is 720 million kilometers further from the sun than Mercury. That's a lot. So this would be million kilometers. That's a lot. Crazy, huh? All right, guys. Thanks so much. See you next time.